I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. Guys, thank you so much for all the wonderful comments. It really is what helps me to understand better, and it certainly validates what I've been through, knowing you guys have been through the same thing. Now, there is a comment I want to take a look at, so I'm just going to have to change screens here. The comment is from GMO Free, and it says, not to mention, once they are in your life, getting them out is like trying to get rid of cockroaches. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I got a little cockroach story. I'm from Toronto and had moved away from Toronto, but I went back to visit family one time, and I went to visit a girlfriend, and she did at that time live downtown, about Young and Bloor, Young and Isabella kind of, in behind the House of Lords hair salon. Now, I went to her apartment to meet her there, and oh man, she had fucking cockroaches. Like, the floor was moving. They were darting everywhere. I was horrified. I was afraid to put my purse down, thinking, oh my God, these things are going to be like laying eggs or something all over me. I was afraid to sit on her furniture. And when I said to her, hey, you know, Alice, you got some stuff going on over here, she said, you know, don't worry about it. Everybody's got them. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just cockroaches. Holy shit. Well, I'm going to tell you, when you're swarming in cockroaches, it's amazing how quickly a person can adapt to that, adjust to that, and see that as commonplace or normal, just as we did become accustomed to our narcissist. I want to talk about that today. When you consider cockroaches and how they get into everything, like they just crawl up into everything, and it's impossible to deal with. They get into places where you think to yourself, holy shit, how could a cockroach get in here? Well, the narcissist is the exact same. It's a bloody narc infestation. Now, how do they do this? How do they have the audacity to infiltrate, infest every aspect of your life? Well, it's their fucking delusional sense of self-entitlement. I mean, they truly believe themselves to be special. They don't play by the same rules as everybody else. And that's why victims, survivors, people initially targeted by them, you know, if you catch on right away, you're just left scratching your head going like, what the hell? I mean, the absolute audacity is totally powered by this completely delusional sense of self-entitlement. They're just special in their eyes. Maybe it's a good thing that they're special to themselves, because they're just batshit crazy to everybody else. Now, whether this is a romantic partner, a co-worker, a friend, you may find yourself quite unsettled and really caught off guard by how far their slimy tentacles will reach into your life. They are exactly like a cockroach infestation. They crawl up into everything. Now, many of us here are dealing with a narcissist from a domestic standpoint. We have been involved in a relationship with them, a love bond relationship with them. So when you consider all the different puzzle pieces that make up your life, your family, your pets, your interests, your hobbies, your career, your dreams and plans for the future, I mean, everything right down to your personal grooming, all of it. The things you like to eat, the places you like to go, the types of movies you want to watch, all of it. They just have this incredible cockroach-like ability to infest, absolutely infest and contaminate your entire life. How far will these self-entitled, delusional replicas of a human being go to infiltrate your life, to infest your life with their Narc-Roach infestation? Well, absolutely everything. Trevor had been through my computer, top to bottom, back to front, so many times I can't even tell you. He was fucking obsessed. He would go through my friends list. He would contact people on my friends list and ask them how they knew me. If I'd had an affair with them, he was through my phone constantly. He was constantly checking my bank account online. Now, if you've got all your passwords set on your private computer or your private laptop, you know, for me, when I just punch in my bank, poof, everything opens up. And a lot of people have everything set like that. So you're not having to punch in your passcodes all the time. Well, this gave him absolute access to everything. I mean, the guy would go through everything. He would contact my employers. He would contact people I had worked with. He had contacted people I had just minor associations with. He was in everything. Talk about what I ate. When we first moved in together, now I have 5 sons. They're grown and gone now, but you know, at the time I was living with Trevor initially, 2 of the boys were there living with us, and of course as the boys were growing up, every Sunday morning I would put on a big pot of stew. Now, it got kind of a habit for me to put this pot of stew on because, of course, at one point there was 5 boys at home, and they'd be running in and out and coming and going all day and bringing friends home. And, of course, on Sundays we had a big family dinner, usually a little bit later in the day, kind of before bedtime. And so having that big pot of stew made it really easy. The boys would be out playing. They'd be coming with buddies. I'd have, you know, the soup there or stew, whatever I'd made. They could just get a bowl and kind of leave me alone in the kitchen so I could prepare dinner, and quite often I was baking pie or doing whatever. So it just made it really easy for me and really easy for them, and that's what they were going to eat all day until dinner time, was that pot of stew. So of course I move in with Trevor. I'm starting to make the soup on a Sunday morning, and he says to me, "What are you doing?" I say, "Oh, well, Trevor, on Sunday mornings I always make a big pot of soup." Blank. I say, "What's going on?" "I hate soup." He says to me. I say, "Pardon me, you hate soup? Soup is just, you know, food in broth. It's like, it's food and broth." "I hate soup. I don't want you making soup here. You know, you can't just move in here and, you know, start making soup." So I never in 5 years made soup. Now, of course, I am home in my own house, and fucking soup it'll be if that's what I want to make. Oh, yes, they crawl up in your life, they crawl up in your mind, they crawl up in your feelings, your emotions, they crawl up in your soul and your spirit, they crawl right in your fucking soup. They get in everything. And just like Alice with her roaches, and I mean an apartment full of roaches, she had become desensitized to it. She had just accepted a roach infestation as part of living in downtown Toronto. Well, holy shit. I really, when I saw that comment, thought, you know, I had become so desensitized to the fucking nightmare of my life. I had become used to being put down. I had become used to living on eggshells. I had become accustomed to feeling sad and unhappy and uncomfortable. I became accustomed to dreading going through the doors at the House of Pain as we approached the rotten house. I dread every minute of it, and I accepted it, like Alice and her fucking roaches. But the reality is, we should not be accepting this type of thing as a way of life for us or anyone else. Certainly not for ourselves, our family, our pets. Nobody should be exposed to a life of roaches or Narc-Roach Infestation. God, we deserve so much better than that. And when you've become okay, or just barely hanging on, not living at all, just hanging on, living on eggshells, you know, planning every word very carefully, being so careful what you do is not to tip the apple cart. This is not even living anymore. This is just a slow death, and it's no wonder so many victims of narc abuse are driven to suicide, because we're not alive anymore anyways. We're living their death. That's exactly what they are. They are dead. Absolutely dead, empty shells of nothingness. No ability to love, no ability to feel genuine human connection, and no ability to feel empathy. Lots of experts say they're demon-possessed. Some say they're transhumanoids. I mean, it's very hard to relate to them as human beings since they're void all of those wonderful qualities that makes us human beings. Oh, that's exactly what they are, guys. They're just dead. And I don't want to ever live amongst the dead again. You know, the odds of each of us being here are 1 in 400 trillion. Holy shit. And I don't want to live my life dead. I want to live my life like the odds of me being here are 1 in 400 trillion, because that is amazing. It's just amazing. Now, if you're still with your narc, we're rooting for you. I know some days it seems impossible, like there's no way out. You're never getting out because, man, they infiltrate and infest every aspect of our lives. I know there are very dark days, but honestly, I got out against tremendous odds, and so many others have gotten out against just absolutely horrendous odds. You can do it, and we're rooting for you, and there's a great support network here to help you with that. Now, if you are out and you're no contact, God, don't break it. Stay no contact. If you're struggling with the concept of no contact, understand all you've done is left open a portal for a massive Narc-Roach infestation all up through your life. The only way is no contact. Get them out of your life. Something really, really broke in us if we are able to accept this type of thing. These fiends search our drawers. They search our pockets. They look through our phones. They're creeping every aspect of our life. They are slithering in like cockroaches and infesting and destroying and filthing up everything. You're never going to get a life. You're never going to have a life with one of these horrible narc-roaches in your life. They got to go. For you to be happy, truly, to be at peace, to have a good, sound mind, and know that what you've seen is real without all the gaslighting, they need to go. They just need to go. Once you can compare your love relationship with that of a roach infestation, it's time to just give up. I mean, get out of there. Do what you can to free your mind of it and start rebuilding. I mean, most of us are finding ourselves in pretty bad shape when we leave. So there's enough to keep your mind busy, that's for sure. Just trying to rebuild the fucking mess they made. Guys, I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. Peace be with you guys. I hope you're having a great narc-free day.